Before going into the topic details, I want to bring your attention to the UPSC coaching programs offered by ClearIAS. ClearIAS offers online and offline courses to help candidates get selected for prestigious government services like IAS, IPS, or IFS. ClearIAS Prelims Cum Mains (PCM) course provides a highly effective study plan, well-organized subject-wise videos, study materials, mock exams, and guidance to cover the entire GS syllabus of UPSC CSE prelims, mains, and interview systematically. As a limited period offer, there is a 40% discount on our online courses. Enroll now.
So aptitude is a interest or taste towards something. It's a natural ability or a natural affinity or a natural taste or a natural skill towards something. For example, you will understand when the examples are out. So Sachin Tendulkar has an aptitude towards cricket. Lata Mangeshkar has an aptitude for singing. Are you able to understand the concept? So they have a natural interest, natural talent in something. So aptitude is all about your talent. In which area do you have a talent? For example, if I consider if I'm a teacher, if I'm saying that I have a natural aptitude for teaching, that means I have a natural talent for teaching. I have a natural interest, natural passion. It's rather than the passion, it's more like whether you have skill in that particular area, whether you have talent in that area. That is aptitude is all about. Sometimes there can be aptitude tests being conducted in schools and colleges to find out in which area you really have the aptitude. You should only follow a career in which you have an aptitude. Aptitude means there should be a talent for you. You should be able to shine in that field. So if you want to become a civil servant, you should have an aptitude for this. I mean, if you become a civil service officer, anybody who studies, who know how to crack the exam can crack the civil services examination. But to become a very good IAS, IPS or IFS officer, you should have the talent to become that officer. You should have the aptitude. You should have the skill set. You should have the mindset. So that is aptitude is all about. And so this paper tries to check your aptitude for civil services, whether you have the officer-like qualities, whether you have the talent. Only if you have the aptitude, you will become a good civil service officer. Otherwise, you may not fit to be in the service. Anybody can sit in the chair, but just for a decoration, if somebody is sitting, and the difference between just sitting in the chair and the other one performing as per the expectations. This is actually, this post of a civil service officer has a huge significance, right? Lot of respect you are getting. Equally, you have a lot of responsibilities to perform also. So everybody should not become an IAS officer or IPS officer. Only those candidates who have the qualities, who have the skill set, mindset, only such candidates should become an IAS officer. So that's why UPSC will check your aptitude in this paper. Now let's look at the second keyword. Attitude. Again, I will start with the online audience. Any students online, can you comment what is attitude? Aparna, the way we react to the situation. Very good, very good. The way we react to the situation. So that is again like a response to a situation. That's what Aparna says. Again, close. But there can be, you can still improve. You can think and improve. That's how you analyze. This is a skill you need to develop. Analyze, come up with a very close answer. Do that in the class itself. So every learning, what I want my students is that when you are sitting in my class or the class of any other faculty, you are actually spending 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, depending on the duration of the class. So in the class itself, you should learn the subject and should prepare your own handwritten notes also, so that after the class you can close it. Maybe you can revise it at the end of the day, or and also you should revise it in the next day. So the best method to learn, I will explain. Be it a recorded class, live online class, or an offline class, try to learn it in the class itself. Be very engaging in the class, participate in the class, write your own short notes, summary, only summary or the main points are fine. I mean, not every words and discussed in the class need not be copied into your note, because then the note will become really bulky, right? That is not needed. But write your own handwritten notes so that you will have something to look at after the class. On the same day, before you sleep, go through your self notes and try to recollect what are the things that is discussed by the faculty in the class, same day itself. Do that the next day morning when you wake up, and also ensure that you get at least 8 hours sleep every day. Then only this will get cemented in your memory. I mean, whatever you learn today, only if you get a proper sleep. The purpose of sleep is that it will help your cognition. I mean, if you don't have enough sleep for a couple of days, your learning abilities will be really affected. So memory is really essential in this particular exam. You need to memorize a lot of things. The common complaint every aspirant says that, sir, I learned, but I'm not remembering anything. I'm not able to recollect anything. So you should learn how to remember and recollect. So the main thing is that revision is the key for recollection. Only if you go through the same topic multiple times, you will be able to recollect. Yeah. So listen in the class, participate in the class. There should be two-way interaction, and then revise that the same day, next day, and 1 week after, and 1 month after. Like that you have to do. Multiple revisions of the same topic should be at least gone 4 or 5 times at least. So then you will be knowing that. And also try to teach somebody. So attitude is your viewpoint or mindset towards something. How you perceive something is the attitude. That is your attitude towards something. So attitude can be positive, attitude can be negative, attitude can be neutral also. So attitude is your feeling. It's an inner feeling. It's something inner, okay? It is not outward. I mean, behavior, who used the word behavior? I think Abhijit used the word behavior. The difference between attitude and behavior is that behavior is something which is outward. It comes out. We act, that comes out. I mean, suppose if we feel angry towards somebody, and if we are shouting is the behavior. The anger is something which is inside, and that is something connected with the attitude. Anger is an emotion, but at the same time, that feeling, like how we are feeling towards one particular person. When seeing one person itself, if we are becoming angry and we are shouting, so the attitude we have towards that person is negative. Right. So we are having a negative attitude towards them. Maybe let's look at an example. Maybe a small child, a kid. When think that the kid's mother was not there in the home, let's for 1 day, and when the mother comes back to the home, he feels a very positive emotion, right? He will be very happy. He will maybe run after his mother. So that running after and maybe hugging the mother is the behavior. But what is inside him is the attitude. He will have a very positive attitude towards his mother. So attitude is something, is the point of view, is the mindset towards something. Attitude is always towards something. Okay. Attitude is not something which will be staying independent. It is always dependent on something. We always have an attitude towards something. Okay. For example, let's say Jaishilan does not like spider. He hates spiders. So Jaishilan hates spiders. So hating is his attitude towards spiders. He does not have any problem with any other insect, but only spider. Spider somehow he does not like. Maybe one spider bite him in the childhood days. It can be something. There can be usually, if we have a negative attitude towards something, psychologically, there can be some trigger also. I mean, how we develop that attitude. There can be some trigger also. Whatever be the case, that attitude is there, and that has that is the feeling. So whenever a spider comes, he is not feeling happy. It can be the fear of the emotion can be fear, it can be hatred, or whatever it is. And usually attitude may extend towards the behavior also. But it may not be always the case. Some people are very good at hiding their attitude and expressing an altogether different behavior, like fake personality. Okay, in UPSC interview, you may get a question like something. I mean, you might be thinking inside your brain will be something, but you will try to become a pleasant and you will try to give a altogether a totally different answer. So your attitude will be something, behavior will be different, can be different. Sometimes people can fake it, even though there can be a connection. Sometimes some people can fake it, and the board will try to know your real attitude. So they will try to ask you counter question, try to provoke you so that whether your real attitude comes out. You cannot always fake everything, right? Even in the time the board has only 30 minutes, they are experts, they are very seniors, like 60 years. You might be, when you are going for interview, you will be usually in your 20s or 30s. The board will be at least 30, 40 years older than you. So they have the experience, they have seen a lot of candidates, so they will try to find your real attitude. So attitude, as I said, is something which is inside you. Why this is being checked in the UPSC paper? Let's say one person, maybe from his childhood experiences or what he is being trained, brainwashed or whatever be the case, if a candidate develop a strong dislike towards one particular religion, people from one particular religion, let's say a future civil servant is having a strong dislike to a person from a particular religion or a particular caste. If that is the attitude, if he get into the service, he will of course create problems, right? He is having huge powers. If he is misusing that power, the repercussions will be really huge. So that should be addressed. So whether there are attitude problems with the civil servants or civil service aspirants, that is something which is being checked by the commission. That is the case. There is another reason also. There can be attitude issues with people also. The citizens of India, they have a lot of attitude problems. You might have heard this among the civil servants, particularly the lower bureaucracy. There is an attitude, chalta hai attitude. Have you heard chalta hai attitude? When you go to a government office, let's say a village office, nothing works there usually. Everything you have to give some bribe. They will the response will be usually very slow. Otherwise, for a file to move from one chair to the next chair, it will take like weeks. So the common notion is that, in government it is like that. It will work only like that. So that is the chalta hai attitude. So if that is the attitude which everybody has, nothing will change. The initial change has to come in the attitude. When Sridharan, you know Sridharan, right? When he took charge of the Delhi Metro, the one thing he said is that he set a deadline and he started the clock to start a countdown of the clock he started. So, that means this project should be completed like the rocket launches. The rocket when we are Indians are launching rockets. The countdown will be like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, like that. So he also set a counter in saying that this project has only this many days to complete. And he actually completed the project before time. Usually, every time he will complete the project before time. So that was possible because he was able to bring a change in the attitude in his team. Or in the government machinery itself, that attitude change was made. Then everybody, if there is a change in attitude, usually that will reflect in the behavior. Then everybody started to think and act like him, and the response was actually huge. That is why he got a lot of recognition, right? So that is the case. And similarly, if you look at the Indian villages, cities, railways, buses, you can see that in the cleanliness aspect, Indians are very poor. People defecate in public. There will be a lot of waste being dumped in the open spaces. Unlike the Western societies, most of the Indian roads, public transportation systems, everything is actually very dirty. So that is part of the attitude of Indians. Most Indians, they are fine. Like, this is okay with them, or they are fine spitting in the public, urinating in the public. Everything is okay, because that became something which is inner to them. That is a mindset. That is a viewpoint, and many are fine with that. So if any change needs to be made, it cannot be forced. The change has to happen from inside. So that is why Swachh Bharat campaign was launched, and many film stars are being taken as ambassadors of Swachh Bharat campaign, trying to influence and change the attitude of the common people. You might have seen who are the ambassadors of the Swachh Bharat campaign. Any names you can think of? Vidya Balan was once an ambassador. Amitabh Bachchan was an ambassador. So they have influencing power. Now you have heard the term social influencers, right? Social media influencers. Why they are called influencers? They can influence others. Like, say, similarly, film stars were already influencers. When Sachin is saying that boost is the secret of my energy, kids will think that he has special cricketing abilities because he's bringing boost. They get influenced. Similarly, the social media celebrities have that influencing power. So with that influencing power, somebody can change the attitude of others. So if a celebrity comes and tells that, yeah, urinating in the public is not good, or spitting in the public is good, they may have that influencing power. If other persons come and say, they may not agree to that. But if a credible figure comes and says something, it adds a lot of weight, it adds credibility, and then there can be change in the attitude. That is the case. What Abhijit said is relevant. Ho jayega attitude, dekhta hai attitude. That was the one aspect, like chalta hai attitude. That is the meaning of that. So attitude aspect clear, right? So we learned today two concepts. One is aptitude. Second is attitude. So if you listen to today's class or maybe the next class of ethics, the first two classes are very important, because it will clear or it will cement all your basic fundamentals. So if you know the concepts, this paper is very easy. But if you don't know the concept, this paper will appear difficult. If you know the concept, just think it, connect to real life examples. It's very easy. That examples will add a lot of weight to your paper. You will get more marks. That's the case.